Mac.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I had edible.
I love that.
We're on our bullshit.
No, for real. It's fine.
I'm gonna start the episode in 5. Hello, welcome back, y'all. This is our precious thoughts. I am Malice,
And I'm Vixens. Hello.
and we're your hosts of today's show. Our precious thoughts is a lifestyle podcast about the not so glamorous parts of life and style. So let's get into it. First I'd like to check in. I feel like it's good to check in.
Yes.
So Emma, I'm gonna ask seriously, how are your plants doing right now?
Okay, Loki, this one up here isn't doing so hot. Let's see. She's like a little droopy. She's a little droopy.
Okay.
But the rest of them they're doing pretty good. I have trash. But like
They're looking vibrant.
yeah. And I got
I'd
a new aloe. But you gotten a few new plants, huh? How's your plants?
So that's where I feel like most of my sadness is coming from right now. Because my children,
No, they didn't make it.
well, I got the first one I was very excited about for my new beginnings of the spring, my spider plant, Marina Soleil. That's her name, Marina Soleil. She was great at first, then I repotted her. And I don't know if I caused her trauma during the repotting or if she's just going through depression right now, but she's not listening to her mother.
That happens a lot. Like when I repotted like my money tree, it was like dying for a bit. And then also another one, it took like 4 months to like fully get back to normal. So I don't know, like I don't know if I just don't know how to repot properly, but that scares me and I'm kind of like I haven't repotted since because it's too much. Like it makes me feel bad. I'm like, what did I do wrong?
I'm nowhere near a green thumb. Not even my tip of my thumb is green. So
no, repotting is tricky. Like I feel like it was the repotting.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
what
you
I'm
did
gonna.
it too soon, you know?
That's what I'm gonna blame it on. And the home that Marina Soleil comes from, because I'm the new parent, I adopted her. She was under a plant light the whole time. So I'm like, how good can a plant go from being under a plant light all the time to just being in my window, which kind of only slightly gets light?
Oh yeah, that definitely could be it too. You should get one. I saw a TikTok where it was like a cabinet, like excuse me, like a glass cabinet with like the light, the grow lights and
Oh, I
shit.
saw that. It's like a in-house what is it? Greenhouse.
Yeah, that shit was really nice.
That would be like a really fun home renovation project, but I could see it getting expensive.
Yeah.
So how can I do that on a budget? How can it be have some real cute plants on a budget that will all live?
That's the tricky part.
How can I get 10 plants to all live in my windowsill and live? Maybe we should bring somebody on the show to answer our questions.
Yeah, some plant experts.
We need a plant expert. Hey, out there, if any of y'all are a plant expert or know one, I'll send them a gift card for being on the show.
But I learned something new this weekend.
What did you learn?
So I was taking a drug abuse course online, right, through Zoom.
Amazing.
And I learned, which I kind of already knew this, but like it makes more sense, that your tolerance like never really goes down. Like So like there's no point in taking a tolerance break.
Mm.
That's what I got from that. But also
No way. It
which
doesn't feel like that.
I feel like kind of makes sense, but because I did take a tolerance break for 2 weeks one time. Um, but also I was thinking about this because
Took a tolerance break for 2 weeks one time.
and it was and
It's not very long, Emma.
that's a long time to not. But don't invalidate my tolerance
The
break.
tolerance break was valid. I'm just saying, I'm not sure if it was long enough.
But it was also only because I was like so ill and like I I couldn't physically smoke. um but then when
Love
I
that.
smoked after that, like after I was better, I didn't feel like I got any higher. But also I was thinking about it right now and I was definitely on like sleepy medication and shit, like cough medicine and shit. So that could be why.
Yeah, you weren't on your, what is it? You weren't maybe like feeling the same as you did before the 2 weeks.
Yeah. No, but what I meant is like when did smoke, like I didn't get any like kind and shit.
Like you thought it was gonna be like
I thought I was
first
gonna
time
like, yeah,
again.
first time again, but you'll
Like
never
your
get
first time again.
yeah,
No, I heard that's the thing about drugs is that it's never like the first time.
that's true. And yeah, yep,
Isn't that typically what they say in drug abuse classes?
yeah,
You know,
which
it's
is
like
true because like Molly was never the first time, like that first time we did it on 41 Street, it was never
oh,
like
I never felt anything else like that ever again.
so I guess like it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've rolled pretty hard, but I feel like I rolled the hardest that day.
Yeah, because
But
it's just the newest
I'm rolling
experience.
on life now.
Yeah,
Rolling
period.
on life. But speaking of rolling on life, what about rolling on wheels
Yes,
and living on wheels? A
crazy.
rolling lifestyle. Before this podcast, I knew we were gonna like kind of talk about like weird nomadic life or like
Hmm.
living outside of like society's bounds. I was watching on TikTok. This was my research. TikTok hashtag van life. This is how I know. This is how I know how to research a topic. I was just there watching them to like get a feel of like people's lives, and it seems all I felt was this seems so fake.
Yes. This, yes, after we talked about how we were going to talk about this today, a TikTok came up on my thing about a girl like living in an ambulance and how it's like so much better than like getting a van because it already has like electrical shit in it and everything. But I'm like where the fuck am I gonna
Ambulance.
get an ambulance? Like what the fuck? How
First,
accessible is that? Like
first of all, bitch, where did you get an ambulance?
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, do they really just like sell them after they're done? Like
You know, I've heard about people buying old cop cars, but
that's
never have I heard
different.
about anyone buying an old ambulance. Never
Mhm.
once in my life.
Yeah, and it's usually like the white van lifers that like doing getting shit that isn't really accessible. Like that school
Yeah.
bus, that white guy with the school bus. I'm like, yeah, because we can all just get a school bus.
Well, it's cheaper than owning a home, Emma. I think that's their
That's
big selling
the
point.
thing.
Like, what's the selling point? It's don't buy a home, get a van.
Invest in a van, but it's still a huge, it's like a big investment. You know, like you can't just.
Can you get a loan? Like, how many loans do they give out for van life? Would the banks give out a loan for van life, or would they be like, no, you fucking hippie?
Oh yeah, because that's how loans work. You gotta tell them what you want the money for. You can't just be like, can I have some?
Like,
Hmm.
that's private.
Yeah, like, why are
Okay,
you in my
why
business? Why do you want to know what I'm gonna use
50K
$10,000
for?
for? Like 50K for real? Because how much would that cost? You know,
I
because
mean,
you have to pay for parking thing because you can't park like a van everywhere, and
that's
also food,
and the TikToks, that's what they were
gas.
saying. They were like, what's the most expensive thing is food and gas, mostly filling up gas like every single day.
Oh yeah, I would probably stay one place for like a few months. Just because it's like, or I'm gonna spend like 300 going to the next day or something.
That's what I think a lot of people do. I think most people do that. Well, I don't. It's not like I know any of them personally. I'm saying this is what I noticed they do on take. Some of the less rich van lifers, which is only like 3% less wealthy than the top people.
Yeah.
Because you have to be pretty wealthy to do the van life thing.
hmm And
To
it's
be
just like, I don't know. I feel like I would be gross all the time. And, the whole Wi Fi internet shit, you'd have to go in like cafes a lot or like, just go someplace to do anything.
Well, yeah, well, and it's like, how close are cafes to
Yes.
places where you can park a fucking van and sleep? Also, it's like
Yeah,
you have
right?
to drive around a lot. It doesn't sound like everything you need is like in one area.
Mm-hmm.
But so, what would you do then if you had a van tomorrow? If someone just gave you a van, it was like, I don't want this. Do what you want with it.
Um,
Would it inspire you to be van lifer? Would you take that leap, or what would you do with the van?
I would probably sell it. I think I'm gonna stick to that answer. I would just maybe renovate it and then sell it to someone whose lifestyle that fits more. But I'm good. I don't want a fucking van. What would you do with the van?
I if I had a van, I probably would try to do it. I think I
You
would go the
would?
route. I would
Oh.
go to the route where I would put my stuff in maybe like a storage locker.
Mm-hmm.
I put my stuff in a storage locker because I'm at the age where I don't feel like I have too much stuff
Mm-hmm.
yet. I feel like you start like just really having a lot of stuff attached to you when you're like 35. That's just a sidebar, but I feel like I could do it, or at least for a year. I would do it for
A
a year.
year. So
Yeah.
you think you have enough money right now to just just go
Oh,
out on the
absolute.
road?
No, absolutely not. No,
That's what I'm saying.
unless
I'm like, I would.
unless I hit it real big. Litecoin needs to go up first. After Litecoin goes up, like 300%. Yeah, I will do van life, but I would just keep the van somewhere till I'm ready. Which part of me is like, Alessandra, when will you be ready
Yeah.
for all that?
Because I was thinking about that too. Like, oh, I could just, have it on the side for whenever that opportunity arises. But it's like, also, how safe is this going by myself in a van to foreign parts of this country? Yikes.
Well,
I don't
what
think.
about hear me out here. What about our precious thoughts go on a United States tour where and then we renovate the van and we do that.
I'd be
And
down for
maybe we
that.
try to make some money around US, be like a
Yeah.
where throw money at us if you see us.
Yeah. We can't. Yeah.
We'll pinch pennies.
I'll
Because then we'd be
barista
together, and
or some
I've done
shit.
3 jujitsu training sessions.
I've
So
got like a yellow and a green stripe in Taekwondo when I was like in third grade. So
hear me out. Hear me out. Those two combined, third grade level yellow belt, and less than a month trained in jujitsu on the road together.
sounds like we would not make it very
How
far.
unstoppable will we be? I don't know what you mean. I don't know. I think that sounds
Haven't
unstoppable.
you physically gone into someone else's car that was not your car?
Have I? I wouldn't be surprised if I've done that.
Yes.
I like absolutely would. I've done that when I was a kid. I remember doing that. It was the Nissan Maxima. My grandma had one, and there was another one in the parking lot. And I like ran out of the restaurant in front of them, and I like just got in and sat there. And then I noticed people I didn't know coming to the car and opening it. And I was so scared. I'm like, what is going on? And then they're like, hello? Like, who are you? And I was like, oh, this is in my grandma's car. I'm sorry. My little ass just like ran out of there.
What if you get into the wrong van?
You know what? I've actually drove for a long time. When I drove to Chicago, I drove for 24 hours straight. So if I was in a van driving all the time, do you know how loopy and delirious I was
I
at the end of the
bet.
24 hours?
I bet. I could only imagine.
Like if I accidentally murdered somebody, I would have woke up the next morning and be like, wow, I was in a delirium. I can't believe I did that. Like I was going
No.
crazy. I was seeing shit on the road. I was like seeing shadow people because oh god. Driving
That's
for a
so
long time
bad.
sucks so
You didn't
bad.
take a nap or anything?
Not for more than like 20 minutes. So you see, I took a lot of Adderall. So I couldn't even physically sleep no matter how tired I was.
Okay.
Which that could have contributed to the delirium.
Yeah, I feel like.
Drugs happen to do that.
Mhm. Mhm.
But so that's why I don't think I would survive van life for very long. But it
Mhm.
would be a cute moment.
A moment until
It
I
would
had
be
to
a
like
moment.
take out my own bags of shit from like the center of the
Oh
van.
no.
You
Oh
know, a
no.
cute moment.
Oh, oh no. I don't like it. I didn't think about that part.
You know what I mean? Like
I
it's
didn't think about
just.
that part. So would you say this is a lifestyle that doesn't suit you? Or do you think if you must, like if somebody paid you to live in a van, would you do it?
Yeah, like if I was getting paid to do it, yeah. But also like I feel like this is like glamorizing like circumstances in which people don't have the option to like be like, oh, I'm gonna go live in my car for funsies, or like I'm gonna go get paid to like, like some people are like, damn, like I'm losing my place, I have to live in my car now. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, and you meet other people like I said before, like when you go to the places where people can actually park their vans or RVs and like sleep, there's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people who've been living in them their whole lives and like they just can't afford to do anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like you're I don't know, a lot of these like rich van lifers are displacing a lot of people who actually
Yeah.
need to kind of live in these places
Mm-hmm.
while
That have no option.
they're just wanting to drink cold brew in a van
On the beach,
on the
like
beach.
it's pretty
I mean,
fucked
some of
up.
the vans are beautiful though. No cap. Vans are beautiful,
But I also
but
think
something
about,
feels wrong.
yeah, it feels very wrong.
It
It feels
feels
wrong,
wrong.
and it's, I don't know. Housing should be more affordable, especially like there's just no reason to not have any like housing for people who don't have more accessibility to.
Yeah, and that's why I watched this documentary of I think it's in Portland. He makes tiny houses for like homeless people to stay in so they
Mm-hmm.
can like have a address to like get a job and like he lets them stay there for free or once they
Oh,
get a
that's
job they
nice.
can pay very little and it's just a really tiny house and then all of the all of the what is it? like the kitchen and the showers are all in like one area, like a common area that you come out of your little house to go to. It's like all made with like recycled materials and
Oh, that's
shit.
cool.
But it's really nice, and a lot of people like only stay there for like a year because they
I
get
love
their like
that.
lives together and they find a job and they're able to save money by staying there. And they tried to start doing it in LA, which LA I think in America has like the most homeless people. And they tried to do the same concept in LA, and a guy was like kind of working on it with just like his company, and the LA like physically put a stop to him doing it even though he bought the land and like was making it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they like wouldn't let him buy land to make these houses. So the first like plot of land he had like obviously filled up. He wants to make like a lot more, but they don't approve it and they don't let him buy any land.
That's fucked up.
Mhm. It is messed up because it's like they found a way to like like give people a big enough place to stay. It's just sad.
Man.
Yeah. But I haven't watched an update on it. That was kind of sad of me to just throw into this episode. But tiny houses,
Like,
because people make tiny houses too. As like I've also seen like trendy tiny houses. So I've seen like both of the spectrum. It's like it was originally started to kind of help homeless people. Then like people picked up on the idea, and I guess there's nothing inherently wrong with doing that. It just feels wrong that like you're allowed to kind of make them recreationally, but they're
yeah,
not allowed to make them
to help
which with the
people.
intention to help homeless people, which is why they were even invented.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that they were invented for that. That's cool. But yeah, it's fucked up because now it's like Airbnbs and shit, and it's just like trendy to like, stay in a tiny home for a little bit.
Yeah. 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 Well, hopefully that'll change though. It's kind of like I don't know, a lot of people too, like the van life people. It's like campgrounds. A mixture of like van life type of people and then people who actually like go from campground to campground. And they pretty much only live on campgrounds. And I noticed those are mostly like older people and like kind of like Grateful Dead type of people. Do you know what I mean?
No, what's that? What are you talking about?
There's a band called Grateful Dead, and they're like kind of like hippies, like 60s hippies.
Okay.
You'll like run into a lot of them
Mm-hmm.
in these campground places.
Mm-hmm.
And um I don't really know. I don't really know what a true person who does the van life is like. What are they like? Like people who aren't people on TikTok.
Yeah. I
What,
wonder.
what do they do in their day-to-day life? Do they just drive around or do they have objectives?
They probably don't drive around.
Because that would be a lot of money, right?
Yeah, right. And then it's just not like easy or free most of the time to get parking for a larger vehicle.
Yeah,
You know?
that's true. Well, I've only been camping. I've only paid for like camping for tents. So I
Mm-hmm.
can't imagine what it's like with the RV. Well, how do you feel about camping though? Do you think it's a good getaway? Like that's kind of simulates that lifestyle we're talking about where you get away from society?
Yes, but I can't. Like, I can't get down with it. Like, I don't know. I'm never ever prepared, and it just ends up being like an uncomfortable situation where I'm freezing at night or it's like super way too fucking hot and I'm like, I'm about to pass out any moment. Like there's cute moments and the idea is nice, but really it's just and then you end up spending like so much money to go camping. It's like, bro, I could have just like gone to like a cute little cabin or like a hotel room like in the mountains and then like walked outside and like, oh my god, like nature, love this, and then got back into a fucking room with water and a toilet so I can shit in the middle of the night instead of like walking in the oh my god, and the nighttime out in the wilderness is so scary. Like that shit freaks me out. Like, are you kidding me?
What's the
I can't.
scariest thing
I
that you think
can't.
has happened that you can remember?
Scariest? Mm, I don't think anything like really scary because I was more concerned, like more focused on like freezing like my fucking ass off and like trying to stay warm. That I
Why
didn't
is
really
it
pay attention
so
to that.
cold?
It's so
Why
like
is the nighttime so
it's
cold?
so crazy. And then being from Vegas, like I don't anticipate these things, and it really like fucks me up because I'm like it should like I hate it.
I anticipated it. That's why I thought being in Chicago, my logic was being in the snow, getting through the winters. I'll be prepared for camping. How
Oh
bad can
my
it
god.
be? I'm wearing like still like 3 hoodies and 2 pairs of pants and 2 pairs of socks. Still,
Yeah, I
I'm
bet.
shaking. I was so cold. I can't sleep because it's so cold.
There's
And
literally like icicles in the tent, inside the tent. Icicles. Like, how is that possible?
icicles,
Icicles.
icicles.
Icicles. Like, what the
No,
fuck?
hell no. That sounds like a death sentence. That doesn't even sound healthy. That doesn't sound
Yeah.
healthy. You shouldn't be sleeping next to an icicle.
No. It
I
was
don't. I also hate sleeping outside. I feel like you get a weird film of it's
like
dust
grime.
over you.
Yeah. Yes.
And like, I know campfires are the cutest thing ever. Like, campfires are the cutest thing ever, but what about how you smell after a
Oh my god,
campfire?
yeah, you smell so gross.
You literally smell like you fell in the toaster and you like came out.
Yeah, I don't like feeling, yeah, I don't like that shit.
And then last time I went camping, I did this stupid thing where I bought an oil lantern and I thought it'd be the cutest thing in the world. And it was the cutest thing in the world. I have so many pictures next to my oil lantern and I'm reading a book. Like
Ew.
in the sunlight, and
Yeah.
I have my crystals in front of me. It was really that's the reason I went camping, if we're gonna be honest. I went camping to take a photo of camping because
No, I thought it was like to read with your crystals out in nature. No, it's a picture.
no, the ultimate goal was to take a picture. And I thought it would be a grounding exercise to connect to nature, but all it really did was make me feel more like a city girl. And me and my friend Jordan agreed if we ever went camping again, we'd need like a luxury tent. And they'll get a blue colored one and I'll get a pink colored one, and we can get matching like pink and
Uh,
blue
oh my
like
god, it's
fur
so
coat
expensive.
outfits. And I'm like, yeah, if I
I
can afford all that, that's the next time I'll go camping.
just get a cabin. It's the same shit, but like
Where did you get a cabin?
better. At Lake Tahoe, that shit was pretty. But there's like bears and shit, so they like lock their trash cans. So
Oh,
nice.
that's smart. Yeah,
But it was
yeah.
nice. Lake Tahoe was pretty.
There was raccoons all around our tent when I went camping.
And I
There were
went
some
in
thirsty
Utah.
bitches. There were some thirsty
Yeah,
bitches.
I had squirrels eat all of our food.
All of it.
Yeah, we had
How
like
did it eat all of it?
there was like a whole crew, I guess. But like I think we went on a hike and then came back and then all of our shit was ransacked by fucking squirrels. The squirrels in Utah are aggressive
They sound aggressive.
and fat.
Damn. I was gonna say something about Mormons, but I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna hold that behind and not mention. As soon as I think Utah, I think Mormons. It's impossible for me not to.
Yeah, no, literally same.
I feel bad. But speaking of outside kind of lifestyles that we're talking about, which camping's like a short-term outside lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
I've also watched like documentaries where people have like houses on the side of like a rock, or like in like a hill, not a rock, in a hill, like in England. A lot of people have like houses in
Oh,
the hill. They like, so it's like they don't really like pay rent or anything. They just like kind of renovate
oh,
it up.
because it's like insulated and shit.
Yeah, I don't know. They have a lot of like weird little houses that they make themselves out of all like naturey stuff. And then I've also saw one this was kind of more of a gross one. They like had to go out and clean it because it was really gross. But it
Why
was
was
like,
it
so
gross?
probably no one would do it because the lady who lived there was like a hermit, and she
Okay.
had like 4 dogs down there. It was an underground bunker from like World War II. And she just lived underground with like a couple candles and like 4 dogs. You can imagine how gross it was in there.
Yeah, ew. Oh my god, those
But
poor dogs.
yeah, she was like a hermit. Yeah, but she didn't pay rent. If that's the good part about these places, you don't pay rent, but you do live in like a literal literal dirt. So
Damn.
how would you survive this kind of lifestyle? The let's start with the hill. Would you survive the little hill lifestyle? You think you could fix up the place?
I feel like I could adapt. I feel like I could make it work.
To make it work?
If I have to. I feel like I would like to think I'm like a resilient person, even though like I was just bitching about how I can't go camping. I would think if it came down to it, I could,
So if it
scrub
came
down
down to it, you
my
could
little
do
cave.
it.
Yeah. Like if I
I think
had
it would
to.
be a cute moment. Like we could do some. I could do something. I think I would just be really pissed that it just like I don't know. Like if there's bugs, which I know there would be bugs.
Oh, my first apartment, I already got my fear
I
bugs over with. That shit was infested.
infested with
That shit was
what? What was
gross.
it infested with?
Like roaches and shit. And the apartment that we got was basically it was a squatter place before we moved
Oh
in.
hell
So
no.
like it was just it was gross.
Hell no. How do you know it was a squatter place?
Cause I I just know.
You just could tell it reeked
And I'm
of
pretty sure like
squatter
one of the
place.
neighbors said like that no one was living there. Like they used it as like a storage place.
Well, didn't you say that a couple weird people would come to your door like sometime looking for people?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That
That's
happened a
also what
couple of
I
times.
think. That's also why I think it was the squatter home. Yeah.
Yeah, because I
Weird
remember
characters.
y'all saying that, and I was like, how many people could have possibly like lived in there before you guys? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's weird. But yeah, I don't think I would survive underground very well. Or anywhere where there's bugs very well, like too many bugs. I wouldn't really survive. I don't think I could live in the South for that reason, let alone underground.
No, that's true. Yeah, the bugs really when I went to Lake Tahoe, I got bit up like by mosquitoes and everything. And I I can't deal with bugs either. Damn.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm not adaptable.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I'm not a country girl makes do's. That's what I've decided. I'm not a country girl. I don't make do. I have standards. I'm not saying they don't have standards. We have different standards.
Mm-hmm.
And like I want to smoke cocktail flavored hookah in a heated room, and they don't mind eating raw corn under a hill.
Yeah.
Which that's a lifestyle that seems cool, maybe like seems cool to be real humble, like to the earth, down to earth.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it suits me.
Yeah. I feel
Who
that.
I am.
Same. I can't lie to myself and say I can make it work. I would probably cry every day.
Like I don't know if I would do all that just for free rent.
Yeah, like fucking give me a fucking job.
Yeah, like I'd rather
I'll
work to
pay
like
rent.
live to the standard that I like to live at, which maybe
That's true.
maybe that feels like I'm not letting myself be challenged, but
Wait, it's
we
a
have enough
challenge. Yeah,
challenges.
like life in general. Like,
I don't want
yeah,
extra challenges to put on top of my challenges I have already.
that's true. And I feel like, yeah, I'm comfortable and, I have more freedom than, I don't know, like more financial the independency or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
do what I want. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Financial
my place.
freedom.
Yeah, financial. That's there. There we go.
I love
There we
having
go.
financial freedom. It's
Yes.
like, look, my room looks like this because
I know. Like my farm room looks like this. You think I could make it look like a freaking
I
play
just,
projector?
yeah, like I love, like I know it sounds a little weird to say, but I do love my life. I love
Mm-hmm.
the life I'm creating for myself every single day. So
I know. I'm
why
like,
would I go and change it
I'm
for
like,
so drastically?
mm-hmm. I got a little rose garden. I got the master bed. Like, I'm chilling. Like,
What's a lifestyle that seems cool but doesn't suit you? Like how van life doesn't really suit us, I guess. Is there any other types of life that you see that you're like, oh, like her life is real cool or his life seems cool, but I don't think I could do that.
I feel like celebrities' lives in general, like, feel like it's just not what it seems, Feel
Mm-hmm.
like a lot more risk than what the reward is. Because I don't really like care for fame and, but like to give up basically most of your freedom to like have a name and like money, but like at what cost, And
Yeah.
like K-pop stars, like they're cute, they're popping, but that shit's miserable. Like I would not be able to do that shit. How they
Yeah.
are worked and everything.
They have no privacy. Like, and it feels like their life is so over controlled too. I
Yeah,
mean,
that part.
I know I used to love K-pop, and there's this one K-pop band, Shiny, and the lead sing one of the singers actually killed himself because of all of that. Like, because he just felt like he was being watched all the time, and he had no
Mm-hmm.
freedom, and he didn't have any like room to really be depressed.
Mm-hmm.
And he was real depressed and like suicidal, and he like couldn't express that. He wasn't
That's
allowed.
sad.
It is really sad, and like it feels like nobody really knew that was going on until it happened. It was like really shocking because
Mm-hmm.
the band's like still together. It's like it wasn't like anything like really seemed like it was bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's like selling a lifestyle. They just sell a fantasy of like who the pop stars are
Mm-hmm.
and not who they really are.
Mm-hmm. Because I feel like growing up, like, it was like, Britney Spears, my bitch, like, love that. But, like, I would not want to be her.
Yeah, well, that's why I feel a lot of respect for Britney Spears, and I love Britney Spears, is because she was one of those first people I really saw, like what happened, like her being depressed and like freaking out. Like obviously, I didn't like want her to go through that, but
Mm-hmm.
it like helped break down the kind of facade that I had of celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was
True,
like, oh,
yeah.
like they go through shit, like like too type of thing,
Yeah.
like I hear about like stories of people kind of like being manic and like just like breaking down, but I didn't see it on such like a public level, and it was sad that it was so public though.
Yeah.
That like it was like 2007 or 2008, right? And they like shaved their head and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had the best comeback of all time.
Yeah.
Give Me
That shit.
More was
That shit.
great. Give Me More is my song. I love Britney Spears. I really respect her.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't live her life.
No.
And have you seen the Hulu documentary on her what is it? What is it called again? Like her dad?
Conservatorship.
Yeah, her conservatorship. Have you seen
I
it?
started watching it, but I didn't finish it. Did you watch it all?
Yeah, I watched it. And it's sad. It sucks that like people are still in charge of her shit.
Yeah, and
Cause
see,
she earned it.
and that's how like a lot of celebrities' lives are. Like they're kind of like forced to like sign their life over and like live out the life that is what they want, what other people want from them and shit. Like that sucks. Like The fuck? And
Like, look at Demi.
oh yeah, Demi
Have you seen
Lovato,
that?
right?
Did you see the videos? Oh
Yeah,
my god, that was
Demi.
so sad.
Yeah.
That was so sad. I like was crying when she was said that she was like raped in Disney when she was in Disney.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Damn.
And it was by I think somebody else who was like big at the time. Like
That's so
another
sad.
teen type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like they didn't dish too much of it out, but it was really sad. You should watch she's like a 4-part YouTube series that somehow I knew the series was leading up to advertising for an album. Which I think is genius marketing, which I feel bad of like even, Debbie's going through it of even like accusing her of this, but she definitely did all that to sell an album.
Yeah.
Which is, hey, no hate in the hustle, right?
Fuck it, right? Yeah.
No hate in the hustle. No hate in the hustle. Spill about Disney for some coin. I'm for it. I'm for Demi.
Yeah.
Well,
what about you though? You didn't answer the question.
What question?
The question of what lifestyle that what did you ask me?
Yeah, okay. My ass already forgot the question I asked. You hear this?
Yeah.
It was what lifestyle seems cool but doesn't suit you.
Yeah.
And I agree. I guess I'm kind of thinking about celebrity life, but not even celebrities, just like low key important people, how they like live downtown. I feel like that's something when I was a kid that seemed really cool. Like living at least in Chicago, like downtown Chicago or in downtown New York, like in like Manhattan. And when I was a kid, I could imagine myself doing that. That's like, I guess what I imagined. I was like, oh, that's what it feels like to be an adult, is like living in a place like that. Now I realize that life doesn't really suit me. I don't like love being in the middle of the city every day. Like where there's just tall buildings and like no corner stores. Like I like a good corner store. I like a good, like place to eat, quick, easy place to get food that doesn't cost more than $13.
The inflation is wild.
And that's something before I moved to Chicago, I was like, I could see myself doing that. But as I was growing older, even in downtown Las Vegas, everything is tags.
Oh yeah. And it's just like, I don't know, like I like going out and not being busy or like having to deal with like the crowds, like I don't like
space.
But also I work like on the strip, so naturally I don't want to like be down there and deal with that bullshit.
Hell no. Part of me loves having like a divide from work. Like okay, that neighborhood, I always do that. I always work in different neighborhoods than I live in because I'm like, okay, like that neighborhood is like work mode. Like if I'm there, I'm working. And then like my neighborhood is my neighborhood. This is where I leisure around and let myself go.
Yeah.
Just be free.
I get that. Yeah.
Just be free.
That's why I can go downtown fine and like chill. But I've never liked the strip even before I worked there. Like I can't fucking chill on the strip.
No.
And genuinely enjoy it. Like I don't.
I always recommend downtown, like if you want to go out in Vegas, because it's just so much more low maintenance and less expensive.
Yeah, more convenient too. Yeah.
It's more convenient, and you don't have to stay in like such an expensive hotel to have fun down there.
It's like a giant ass amusement park, and it just is confusing. Like if you don't know where you're, like even inside the casino, once I get inside the casino, I don't know where the fuck I am. Like all concept of any direction is gone. Like
everything looks the same. It is confusing. Like because like every room has the same kind of carpet, if you know what I'm saying. So I don't know. It's a fucking maze, man. That's why I can't imagine. I don't know why people get drunk down there, because
for real, like that shit's scary. Like I would definitely lose. I have no idea where I'm going, and I've definitely like misdirected people. Like people ask me for directions.
Yes.
I'm like, there's only like a 50-50 shot. So that way, maybe perhaps try it, see where it gets you. Not my problem.
Sorry, I guess you're just not much of a traveler. Should get on that van lifestyle, and then you'll remember all type of direction.
I'm not going to ever do that.
Yeah, me neither. I'm just gonna keep.
What if I get robbed? Like, what if you get robbed? What if you get robbed? That's your entire living.
You're not gonna get robbed. Karate. You said you're a yellow belt.
Yeah, my yellow belt against a gun is really gonna hold up.
I guess you gotta get a glizzy, Emma. Get alert. Get a glizzy. Get alert, Emma.
Get a glizzy. All right. But like, different states have different rules. So no, it's either
you don't want to be caught gun charge during your van life, your cute hashtag van life.
That's how I see it happening. I'm like, either I can get robbed or I can go to jail for having either like drugs or like weapons on me. Like, I don't know. Like, I just don't.
Why not do all three? Why can't we have all three? Just do all three. Shit. Just it'll be one wild couple years.
That my god! Fuck that.
All right, I feel like we should wrap this up. We discussed all aspects of traveling van life, hashtag van life lifestyle. Don't forget the hashtag, because you can't be living in a van and not be on your hashtag shit. Like, I feel like Cliff Bars like sponsors those people.
Great. Yeah.
Get your Cliff Bar sponsorship. That's all I have to say.
Damn. Maybe I will be a van lifer. Oh, you know what I'll do? I'll just be like a fake van lifer, just like make my videos in the van and shit.
Yeah. Be a fake van lifer and like go be in Colorado. Something about being in Colorado just feels authentic.
No, I'll just go up to like Mount Charleston and be like, I'm in the woods in Colorado.
Mount Charleston is beautiful though, but if you go to, maybe you have to go to a state. Well, I guess Las Vegas has weed. Somewhere where weed can like sponsor you.
Oh,
cannabis companies can sponsor you.
That's smart.
Oh my god, do van lifing in a bikini.
Oh my, what?
Do van lifing in a bikini. It's never been done.
It's never been done, probably for a reason.
Just always wear a bikini and have your glizzy strapped to your thigh.
Smart.
That would be
Actually,
hot.
I like that idea. Yeah, you're onto something.
That would be hot.
You're onto something.
Okay, guys. Share this video if you want to. Share this link, our video, if you want to see a hashtag van lifer who only wears a bikini and a glizzy strap around their thigh.
Yep, I'll do it. 2 sponsorships. I'll do it.
Yeah, the first 2 sponsorships.
Then I'll do it.
And then we'll cycle based on our needs.
Yeah.
Which is I am anticipating our needs being a lot, because how can we go on a van lifer trip without a new Louis bag?
I have to do my lashes, my monthly fill. Like,
you gotta get the lashes before you go on the van life.
You guys should
dirty shit. Just take your lash.
I know.
Lash check with you. Take your lash check with you. You guys can be the first to make Instagram videos of people getting the lashes done in the forest. That's innovation. Somebody hire us.
We're on to something.
TikTok. Can you give us some money to get this started?
I know. TikTok doesn't like us.
We can go to a place with a lot of flowers and do people's lashes there. Not us. I don't know how to do fucking anything.
No, we'll bring Melissa.
I'm really untalented, but no, I'm not untalented.
You can do nails. Can you do nails?
I can do nails. I haven't done them in a long time though. I've been slacking. Working on this personality is a full-time job.
Bro, you're telling me. LOL.
Being charismatic, being this sexy takes.
I don't like being this smart, sexy, beautiful is not easy.
It takes a lot of work.
Not easy.
So yeah. But yeah, we'll bring Melissa. we'll bring our lash tech. We'll bring Melissa.
All
Well,
right.
anyways, that's our dream lives, our
Yeah.
van life journey.
Bye. We'll see y'all whenever the fuck we
Well,
see
yeah,
y'all.
we're a bit busy right
Yeah.
now, but
Be
we have
being
some great things
sexy.
in store. Yeah, like
Hmm.
we said, this all takes a lot of work. It's just us two
Be
big
patient.
brains behind the operation.
Hmm.
Big brains
Big brains.
and
All
even
right.
bigger. I'll see you guys around.